Uh, Great. So let's start. Up. So welcome everybody. So here for this new webinar, we are going to discover the south of Florida. Okay, with our friend from Key West, Miami, and simply Clearwater. So we've got a chance today to have with us Joe DeCal from Miami Convention and Visitor Bureau, which is directly live from Miami. So good morning for you, Joe.
And good afternoon to everyone.
Thanks for joining us for this last webinar of the year. We will also have Marcel from the Florida Keys and Key West.
Hi, good
Hi.
morning. Hey, good
Yeah.
afternoon.
With Joe in Florida, which is 7 a.m. and you here is 1 p.m. And we will also have Eva Ans from Simply Clearwater, which is with us too. Hi, thank you for joining us. So this last webinar will be quite a bit different, as was the last one of the year. Okay. We will have two parts. The first part we will have our guest star presenting their destination. Okay, so we will start with Joe for Miami. We will continue with Marcel with the Key West, and we will finish with Eva from Simply Clearwater. And after the presentation, this time it will be quite a bit different, as well as we will present you some tour operators, members of the Visit USA. We will have three guest stars with us. We will have Lucrèce from Wings and Wheels who will join us to talk about a bit what will happen for 2021 with Wings and Wheels. We will also have Elke who will talk about USA travel. And then Del Tour, myself for Del Tour, and I will present quite a bit what is planned for 2021. Okay, so let's start with Joe from Miami. Joe, are you ready? Can I also, before starting to be sure, can I also ask you all to, to turn your mic off? So to be on a mute mode, and also to turn off your camera to be sure. And then Joe, if you're ready, it's your time.
I am. Well, good afternoon to everyone. Thank you, Gerald, for this opportunity to be able to present some information on the destination. I'm happy to be here with Marcel and Eva as well to share this time in some beautiful sister cities here within the state of Florida. And but first and foremost, the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau family hopes that you and all the participants that are here, your family members, are all healthy and safe. So during this period that we're going through. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. And before I do that, make sure that I have this on. And okay, great. All right. So as you can see here, the name of my presentation is more than just a beach, because I'm hopefully within these next few minutes I'll have an opportunity to showcase some of the different areas of Greater Miami and the beaches. And as many of you know, Greater Miami and the beaches is a tropical and cosmopolitan destination. We are very diverse. We're multicultural, multilingual. We have people living here from all over the world, from Latin America, the Caribbean, Europe, other parts of the U.S., Canada, etc. So we are very diverse. It's a very diverse market. Miami is a destination, or Greater Miami is a destination with very easy access from many points in the world. We are the cruise capital of the world, even though right now nothing is really happening at Port Miami, but we are the cruise capital of the world. Three of the main cruise lines do have their headquarters here in Miami. We have a wide variety of accommodations from boutique hotels, mainly in the South Beach area, to luxury resorts. a vibrant nightlife, exceptional shopping, dining, great attractions. Believe it or not, we have great attractions, historic as well as family attractions. Art and culture, which is something that has really taken off and grown in Greater Miami in the last 5, 6, 7 years. Great neighborhoods that will allow our visitors actually to experience and really immerse themselves in the destination and enjoy a different experience in each of our neighborhoods. And we are the only destination in the United States that has 2 national parks. But in addition to that, we also have more than 260 parks, whether they're state parks or local parks within the destination. So before I get into a little bit more of the presentation, I'd like to start with this short video.
We all want to feel radiant, refreshed, inspired, make meaningful connections, and go where creativity is on display everywhere, where nature welcomes you year-round and locals share your same bright outlook. There's a place like that, a global destination where hidden gems are as stunning as our iconic beaches, where neighborhoods rich in culture surprise you with vibrant sights, sounds, and colors, and where everyone has their own unique glow. So let's shine together in Miami, in cool, pristine waterways, in world-renowned spaces that surprise and delight, where streets are adorned with international art and design, and where every stay will make you want to stay just a little longer. The best version of yourself shines brighter in Miami.
Great. So I just want to start with this. I always like to start with this map. This is the map of the county, Greater Miami, or actually Miami-Dade County. And right in the center of our county is our airport. So to me, we always like to make mention of this because it is important to know that our airport and the distances from the main attraction areas of the county are very close by. Downtown and Port Miami are only 15 to 20 minutes away from Miami International Airport. And the beaches, basically Miami Beach, you cross the bay and you're there within 25 to 30 minutes. So in essence, the distances to get to from one area of the county and the other in the different cities and neighborhoods that we have is quite short. But again, just making emphasis that our airport is right in the center of the county. Now, just very quickly, Miami International Airport will be going through a $5 billion investment. It'll be an airport-wide modernization project. It's going to take about 15 years, but it's not going to affect any of the operations of the airport. There'll be some renovations to some of the concourses. 2 new hotels will be built within the airport. So we already have one. So once this project is complete, down the line, 3 hotels right in the airport property. So this is one of the terminals at Miami International Airport. And right now, really nothing has changed as far. And I know that you and your visitors and our European visitors aren't coming in right now, but nothing has changed at the airport. It never closed. It still has maintained operations. So in essence, there is no change to any of the operation or those folks that are able to come in, international passengers that are able to come into Miami right now to fly into Miami, the going through customs and immigration and so on and so forth, that has not changed. So we go a little bit east to the Brickell area. This is our financial district and right in the heart of downtown. On the bay, and in essence, a lot of people, and I know Europeans, when they come to Miami, they go, and not just the Europeans, but many of our visitors go directly to Miami Beach, so the South Beach area, because that's what's been known and has been promoted for many, many years. But the Brickell area has grown tremendously. It's an absolutely beautiful area of Miami. As I mentioned, it is our financial district, but you're going to find, large hotels, a lot of hotels. Great nightlife here. You're going to find restaurants, cafes, bars. Again, it's an area that's filled with many condo towers as well as hotels. And again, it's very close. And this part of Miami actually allows you to visit the different neighborhoods that are within 10 or 15 minutes. So it's very centrally located. And for those that are coming into Miami for a cruise, Brickell is less than 5 minutes away from Port Miami. Bayside Marketplace, this is right at the entrance to Port Miami, actually, and from here, this complex here is for anybody that's either staying in the area or has some time before or after their cruise. From here, you can take tours. You can take the Island Queen, which takes you around the islands where all the celebrities, many of celebrities have their homes, or you can do the Thriller Miami, which is a high-speed boat that takes a tour through the bay, Biscayne Bay. And as you can see, it's right in the heart of downtown. And actually, this is something I wanted to show this because we just about 2 weeks back started the operation of the Miami Observation Wheel. So this is kind of like the London Eye. So it's operational now, and it gives you spectacular vistas of both the bay looking towards Miami Beach as well as the downtown and further inland. So again, this is a brand new attraction, and it's right there in the Bayside Marketplace in the downtown area. This is a museum park. It's only a few minutes from actually from where Bayside is at and the entrance to Port Miami. And on the other side, you see a little canal there on the top of this image. On the other side is actually American Airlines Arena, which is not only the home of the Miami Heat, our NBA basketball team, but it's actually the venue where most of the concerts that come to Miami take place there. But Museum Park here, you have the Frost Museum, which is one of the few science museums in the U.S. that has a combination of a planetarium and as well as an aquarium. And right next door is the PAM, which is the Perez Art Museum, which is the Museum of Contemporary Art. So within this area, and obviously it's situated in a beautiful, right on the bay. So you have some beautiful views of Port Miami, downtown Miami, as well as South Beach. The Institute of Contemporary Arts, this is one of our many museums that we actually have here in Miami. And the great thing about this particular museum, which is located in Midtown next to the Miami Design District, is that the access to this museum is completely free 365 days a year. So these are different, there are many areas of Miami, of Greater Miami and the beaches that actually, and activities that you can actually do in Miami that would not increase the budget of our visitors, including free transportation in many of the areas of Greater Miami. We have the trolley system in downtown, Brickell, Little Havana, and some of the other neighborhoods. And these are forms of transportation that are completely free, provided completely free, as well as the Metro Mover for anyone that's staying in the downtown and in Brickell area. This is another museum, actually, which is the Vizcaya Museum and Garden. This is located in Coconut Grove, which is just 10 minutes away from downtown Miami. It's a beautiful Italian villa. It's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous inside. It does face the bay, so you have some beautiful views in the backside, and the gardens are spectacular. And this is one place that is used for many events, whether it be wedding receptions or in the Hispanic culture, we have quinceañeras, which is a debutante, a party that is given to girls when they turn 15. And many corporations actually do use this venue and the gardens as well for many of their events. And we do have a lot of events that actually happen in Miami that do take place here at the Vizcaya Museum and Gardens. Coconut Grove, as I mentioned, where the Vizcaya is located, it is south of here, south of Miami, about 10 to 15 minutes away. It is the most, I would say, calm area of Miami, Bohemian. It's the most green and lush part of Miami. And before Miami Beach became Miami Beach or South Beach, this is where all the nightlife used to be for Miami. So it's great to go there. It's lots of trees, so it's great to go there, biking or roller skating, to go have a nice quiet lunch with friends, or just go to the bars. But it is a beautiful area of downtown of Miami, and it is in the process of being regenerated, if you will. So it's going through a lot of changes right now. So soon, in the next probably 2-3 years at the most, it's going to be completely different. So it'll be a great place to also visit while you're in Miami. Wynwood. This is in Midtown. This is the epicenter of the art scene in Greater Miami and the beaches. This is where you're going to find the largest concentration of murals and lots of great activities that happen here during the weekend, usually the first week of December. Unfortunately, it's not happening this year because of the pandemic, but normally during Art Week Miami and when Art Basel is here, 7 to 10 walls are selected. They're whitewashed or painted in white. And then those artists that are invited, local, national, as well as international artists, are creating live art during that week. So it does give you that opportunity to really enjoy new murals being created. It's an area that has the largest concentration of microbreweries, lots of art galleries, more than 70 art galleries, and again, all sorts of events, whether they're related to culinary, food, or music. Little Havana, this is one of our other neighborhoods. This is a little bit west of downtown Miami, and this is really the most famous of the Hispanic Hispanic neighborhoods in Miami. But it's not just to appreciate and enjoy the Cuban culture. It's actually become very international right now. So Little Havana is really an area to go and enjoy a lot of the Hispanic culture that makes Miami what it is. So here you will find restaurants, Cuban restaurants, Colombian, Nicaraguan, Mexican, etc. So it really has changed in the years and will further change as time goes on. Little Haiti, this is a little bit north. This neighborhood here is really where you can go and appreciate and really enjoy the Caribbean culture that's again part of Miami. They have a great cultural center, so you go up there. They have museums. They have gift stores where you can buy articles from the Caribbean. They have the cultural center, so they do many. They hold a lot of events. Whether it's dancing, the typical dancing of Haiti, etc. Great restaurants up there to enjoy again the Caribbean flavor of Miami. So again, this gives you again, that opportunity or showcasing the diversity of the destination. So you come here and you can literally enjoy all these cultures without either traveling to the Caribbean or traveling to other parts of the world, because we have it here right in Miami. The historic Overtown, this is the African American neighborhood. It's just a few blocks west of downtown Miami. And again, the beautiful thing about this, and what I always like about this neighborhood, and to talk about this neighborhood, is the fact that during the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, when we would have great artists, African American artists such as Nat King Cole, Cab Calloway, Ella Fitzgerald, etc., Josephine Baker, that would come to Miami, to perform in hotels in Miami Beach. They could not stay over there, so they had to cross the bay, come back, and this is the area of Miami where they would actually stay while they were visiting until they went on to another city. So in my mind, I can just imagine what this area of Miami must have been like as far as the nightlife, the culture, the music, the entertainment that was during those years, with also all those fabulous African American artists that were visiting our great city. The South Beach Art Deco District, which is what most people know. Here you're going to find the largest concentration of Art Deco architecture, over 90 buildings, historical buildings, and you can do tours of the walking tours, culinary tours actually. And what they do is they take you around. They talk to you about the neighborhoods, but at the same time you're able to go into different restaurants and really enjoy the cuisine. And these same types of culinary tours are offered in Wynwood as well as Little Havana and many of our other neighborhoods. So Lincoln Road, which is one of the areas on South Beach that everybody very much is very familiar with. It's a completely pedestrian walk area. So lots of restaurants, shops, And then just a little bit further south is Espanola Way, which is I call it kind of like a smaller version of Lincoln Road. So here you're going to find great options of restaurants and also small boutique hotels as well. And what I mentioned earlier that we are the only destination in the United States that has 2 national parks, one of them being the Everglades National Park, which is actually one of my favorite. And you can go out there and take tours and the airboat rides. And it takes you out there so you can enjoy the flora, the fauna that is indigenous to this part of the country, but also this part of South Florida. So if you haven't had an opportunity when you visit Miami to enjoy Everglades National Park, I certainly invite you to go there. And our other national park is Biscayne National Park. That's a little south of Miami. It's about an hour south of Miami. And the great thing about this particular park is that 95% of the park is actually underwater. So this is great for those that like to snorkel, for those that like to dive, go deep sea fishing, etc. This is the area of Miami to go. So Miami's not just a city, it's not just a beach. So we have a lot of natural areas as well. And so we created South Dade is again the area where the Biscayne National Park is at. So when you go down to this part of Miami-Dade County, it's a totally different environment. It's green, it's lush, it's natural, and this is again for those people that do like to visit the natural or nature within a destination. South Dade is really the place to go. And actually in January we initiated a campaign which is called Miami Land to actually showcase and talk about the open areas of Miami. So with that, I'd like to go ahead and share this other short video again, and this is from our Miami Land campaign.
Welcome to Miami Land. Or rather, Miami's lands. Good news, it's not some new man-made theme park, but instead, it's the city's real wild side, Miami's great outdoors. No lines, no tickets, no limits. We don't need roller coasters! And our mascots don't wear costumes. We've got a 100,000-acre water park. And 5 billion-star hotels. And best of all, it's found in Miami. Its backyard, in fact. So, when choosing your next vacation, ask yourself, do you want to be a character in someone else's adventure? Or do you want to write your own?
And last but not least, to end the presentation, this is our Miami Temptations program. In essence, what it is that every couple of months there are different themes that in addition to other events that are happening within Miami. So right now that we're in December, we're in the Arts, Culture, and Heritage Months for December and January. Then as the year goes on, we have Health and Wellness, then Attractions and Museums, Hotel Months, Miami Spas, Miami Spice, which is actually the best known. That's our big culinary program. And then in October, November is Miami Entertainment Month. So again, because of time constraints, I will be ending my presentation here. This is my contact information. You can certainly jot it down, but I can put it in the chat as well. But this is my direct number here to the office, as well as my mobile and email address, and would very much invite you to visit our website for additional information and great information, actually. This is a website that is updated on a daily basis, which would be miamiandbeaches.com. So again, thank you. We can't wait to welcome you all back and all the visitors from Europe back. And I wish you all a great day and a super 2021. So again, thank you.
Thank you very much, Joe. Really nice presentation. Can't wait to go there. Too long time. So now we are going to continue our trip and continue to go south with the discovery of the Florida Keys and Key West with Marcel. So Marcel.
Yes.
Great. We can see your presentation. Perfect. So
Thanks.
your time. Welcome, Florida
Thanks
Keys
for the
and Key
feedback.
West.
Yes, hello from my side as well, Joe. Thanks for the great starting point. I think we have a really cool road trip through Florida lined up for you guys here today, and I'm Marcel, and I'm in charge of the wonderful island chain in the very south of Florida, the fabulous Florida Keys and Key West, and I'm based actually in Germany, but I'm also in charge for the Netherlands and Belgium, of course. That's why I'm here. So if you have any questions regarding the keys, then I'm your guy. You can always feel free to contact me. I have the contact information at the end of the presentation, of course, as well. Um, with my presentation, there's always one thing that is really important for me. And that one thing is the one thing that I'm mentioning always at the very beginning of this presentation. If you fall asleep after that until Eva gets on, that's all right, as long as you will remember this one thing. And the one thing that is also always very, very important for me, that you please remember at the end of this presentation, and ideally also tomorrow and next week, is that you please never, never, ever, ever sell Key West as a day trip from Miami. I know we've heard a lot of great things about Miami. Staying in Miami is awesome. There are a lot of cool places there. I just learned some new interesting stuff from Joe just now. So you can spend a couple of days easily there, but you should not take a day trip down to Key West. You should actually make it a journey down there and actually spend some time. If we're looking at the map, Miami is a little bit north of this big map, and from Miami to Key Largo, to our northernmost island that we're seeing here on this map, it takes you about a 1.5 hour drive, depending on the traffic, depending on where you're coming from. Then from Key Largo all the way down to Key West, that's a beautiful, beautiful drive across 42 bridges. It's about 180 kilometers only, but it's not 180 kilometers German Autobahn, it's American highways. You have a lot of speed limits. The police has only this one road to check, so you better should watch the speed limits. So this little stretch of the road, those 42 bridges from Key Largo to Key West, they will take you another 3 to 3.5 hours. So if you add those up, you are at 4.5, 5 hours of pure driving down just to get from Miami all the way down to Key West. And if you're doing it as a day trip, then you of course need to drive all this way back on the same day. So that puts you at 8, 9, at worst 10 hours of pure driving time. And that's not how you want to experience your vacation, or your clients want to experience the vacation. So please, please remember, always spend at least one overnight in Key West. That's really the minimum that you should sell to your clients. Of course, you always want to see a lot in your trip through Florida, but if you can, I would always recommend to your clients who are there for the first time, recommend them 2 overnights in Key West, because then you have one full day to drive down. You can spend some stops along the way. You can put your feet in the water along the way. You can take some photos, not only through the windshield of your car, but actually go outside to take photos. You can grab a sandwich at the marina for lunch. And you can enjoy this beautiful, marvelous drive across the 42 bridges down to Key West. And then you arrive in Key West easily relaxed in the afternoon. You check into your hotel, you go over to Mallory Square to watch the sunset. Then you enjoy the nightlife in Key West. And if you're staying there for 2 nights, the driver can also enjoy the nightlife and have a few drinks because he doesn't need to drive back the next morning. So that's always one thing to consider, because I'm usually the driver, so that's always important to know. So if you are having 2 nights in Key West, then you have actually a full day to explore Key West. And Key West is not a huge island, so you can actually see a good amount of the island within a day. You can see the most important sites. You can maybe do a sunset cruise in the afternoon before you spend your second overnight, and then after the second overnight, you can relaxed drive back to the mainland. What can make sense is, especially if you want to maybe go up to St. Petersburg to the Gulf Coast, then it can make sense to add a third overnight in the Upper Keys, like in Quilago or Isla Morada, just because that's also a very long drive if you want to go up the Gulf Coast. So please remember, if you remember this one thing from the presentation, is that you please never sell Key West as a day trip from Miami. Always at least spend one overnight in Key West. 2 overnights is what I would recommend, and maybe add a third overnight in the Upper Keys just to stretch out that drive up to the Gulf Coast. So this is what is really important for me, that you hopefully will remember that. Of course, I don't have anything against you booking your clients for a week or 2 in the Keys, so please don't misunderstand that. And a lot of times, clients who have been to the Keys for a day or 2 on their first trip, when they repeat their trip, then they usually want to stay longer. But for the first-time visitor, for the classical road trip itinerary, 2 overnights plus a third overnight is really what I would recommend, and what is the best option here. So. Of course, our most important airport is Miami. So if you're flying into Miami, you typically start there. But I want to also mention one other thing that you maybe gets more important in the future, is you can also fly in and out of Key West. I wouldn't necessarily advise to fly in to Key West and then to fly out, but maybe do a one-way tour for your clients. Maybe start in Miami, go up to Orlando, go to St. Pete, go down the Gulf Coast, and then end your trip in Key West, or fly into Key West and then fly out of Tampa or wherever. That way, you have a different experience. You only have to do this long drive once, which is beautiful drive, but it's a long drive. So just for the back of your head, because within Florida, you don't have one-way rental car fees. So that's a good option for your clients to maybe do a different kind of road trip. And especially if you end in Key West, within Key West, I will go into that later, you can easily spend your time walking around there. You don't need a car, so you can drop off your rental car early, spend a couple of days in Key West by walking around before you fly back out. So that just as a little thing for the back of your head. Now, I of course also have a lot of or a couple of nice images. So I want to just lead you through the 5 different areas of the Keys, and we're starting in Quilago, which is the northernmost island of the Keys. And Quilago markets itself as the diver capital. You already heard a little bit about diving from Joe, and we're basically neighboring right next to Biscayne National Park. And what a lot of people don't know, especially here in Europe, is that across the Florida Keys, there's the one of the largest barrier reefs in the world. So we actually have a lot of really great diving opportunities off the coast of Key West. So if you have clients that want to do a diving experience during their vacation, that's a really good place to start. Here in Quilago, we have a lot of dive shops where you can do dives to a lot of wrecks, but also a lot of those beautiful, colorful reefs. We even have a state park that is about this reef. It's the first state park in the US that was an underwater themed state park, and that's the name is John Pennekamp Coral Reef State Park. And that's a very popular first stop on your journey. You can do trips with the kayaks, as you can see here. You can take a glass bottom boat tour out to the reef if you don't want to get into the water, but they also organize dive trips. And also what is always what I like to do is snorkeling, because the reef is very shallow. So my ears don't do the diving so well. So what I usually do is snorkel out on this reef. There are lots of reefs where you can, even as a snorkeler, go out there and have a wonderful experience, see those beautiful tropical colorful fish and the eels, the rays, see some turtles. So it's a really cool experience, and one of my must-do activities when I'm out there in the Keys, experience the water. Joe also mentioned the Everglades National Park, and of course the easy way is to enter through the east side from Homestead, Florida City, which is basically halfway between Miami and the Keys. That's where you see the airboat ride tours, the alligator farms, the typical stuff. But there's also a different way to get into the Everglades, and a lot of or a couple of operators offer boat tours into the southern part of the Everglades. That's where you don't get to go with a car or by foot. You can only go there with a boat, and that's where the swamp meets the ocean. So it's a very unique ecosystem there. You can see a lot of unique flowers and wildlife, and that's a really cool recommendations for clients who have done Everglades National Park before and want to have some sort of a different experience. Is take a boat trip from Key Largo into those southern part of the Everglades. Of course, we have plenty of nice hotels along the Keys as well. There in that goes for Key Largo as well as for Isla Morada and basically also for Marathon. In those area of the Keys, we don't have a downtown area, so it doesn't really matter where you book your clients because there's not a bad spot to be in from the city wise. But the only decision that you need to make for your clients is, do you want to have them facing the sunset? Then you put them on the Atlantic Ocean side in a hotel, or do you want to have them the sunrise, or you want to have them watching the sunset in the evening? Then you put them into a bayside resort on the Florida Bay. So that's basically the only decision that you need to make for your clients. Otherwise, there's not a bad location along the Keys that you can put them in. Then the next area of the Keys is called Isla Morada, and Isla Morada markets itself as the sport fishing capital of the world. As humble as the Americans always are, it's always the of the world. For our clients, it's not that relevant fishing, I would say, but just for the back of your head, if you ever have a client that wants to go out to fish here, you can do that really well, really easily. There are so-called party boats, party not because of celebrating, but in terms of group, where you are fishing on the license of the captain. You can go out there, and the cool thing is if you catch a fish, the captain will ready make it for you, fillet it for you, and then you can take the fish actually to some of the restaurants in the Keys, because a lot of restaurants have a program called Cook Your Own Catch, so you can actually bring the fish that you caught yourself to the restaurant, and they will prepare it for you, and that makes for a nice memory of your holiday. There's also backcountry fishing on the Florida Bay side, where you have a lot of different boats, different types of fish, so different types of fishing. We have also a lot of nice hotels here, especially Isla Morada has some of our more upscale resort options. So if you have clients that are looking for an upscale getaway option, Isla Morada is a good spot to go. In case you need recommendations, you can always contact me, and I'm happy to share some of the recommendations fitting for your clients' needs. Little recommendation that I want to share for a stop along the way is a place called Robbie's Marina, and you can see in the picture it's this very not very fancy place. It's a little marina where you can do boat trips out of. There's a cool little restaurant right by this marina, and what it's really known for is feeding the tarpons. The tarpons are a big fish. They get like 2 meters long, and they are living in this little marina basin here. And you can buy little buckets of fish, go out on this dock here, hold the fish over the water, and then the tarpons shoot out of the water and grab the fish. It's always a fun event for the families, and it's not that dangerous. The most dangerous part is usually defending your little fishes that you have in your hand against the pelicans that you can see, because they also know that that you can get, or that they can get those little fish there. So it's a really fun little stop, maybe for lunch along the way. The next area in the Keys is called Marathon. Marathon is right in the heart of the Keys, and that's the place that I usually recommend for clients that are traveling with families with kids. If the most famous bridge here is called the 7 Mile Bridge. That's the longest of the 42 bridges. But why am I recommending it for families? A, because of the location, right in the middle of the Keys, so you can take a day trip down to Key West, you can take a day trip up to the Everglades. That's all within 1.5 to 2 hours of driving time, and you also need to necessarily spend the higher accommodation rates of Key West if you are traveling with smaller kids, because with smaller kids you can't really take advantage of the nightlife in Key West. So Marathon is a really good option. There are also a couple of really cool family-friendly attractions. One is our beloved turtle hospital. That's actually a hospital for injured and sick sea turtles. They do guided tours. It takes about 1 hour and 15 minutes through this. It's a really cool tour because everybody loves turtles, so it's a really good place to stop. Another really fun family-friendly attraction is the Dolphin Research Center. That's one of 5 centers in the Keys that offer swimming with dolphins. Of course, there are sometimes clients that are a little bit cautious. Is that really good? The Dolphin Research Center is a very, very good location where you can send clients that are a little skeptical but maybe want to do it. You can send them there because it's a research facility overall. They do a lot of programs with disabled children, with autistic children, and they do the tourist swimming programs just to finance or cross-finance those costs. So it's a really cool place. They are not too touristical. They do a really great job doing that. So that's a good recommendation there. As I mentioned, we have a lot of family-friendly resort hotels. That's one option. That's called the Hawks Cay Resort. That's part of Marathon. That's a really one of our bigger resorts. They have special pools just for kids. They have a childcare program, so that's a good recommendation for families that are traveling with kids. You have this little laguna where you have a really safe ocean experience with kids. So that's a really cool place to recommend for families. The next area in the Keys is actually my favorite place in the Keys. That's called the Lower Keys, or Big Pine Key and the Lower Keys. And you see there's a lot more land than on the other parts of the islands. So you would naturally think that's where the most people are living, but actually the opposite is true, because we have a lot of protected wildlife areas in this area. So we have the wildlife refuge. You have huge mangrove islands, very deserted sandbars where you can take trips out here. This is not a photoshopped image. I've been here with a lady here in on the left in the picture. That's Captain Andrea, and Captain Andrea takes you out here to this really remote places. So if we're talking about social distancing, that's where you want to go in the Keys. That's really a fun, great place, unique trip that you can do out there. It's a half-day trip, and it's really, really worth it going out there. So that's what a typical Sunday picnic looks like here in the Keys. So my colleagues who are living in the Keys, that's what they're doing on their Sunday, going out with a boat to those remote sandbars and having their picnic there. The most popular attraction in the Lower Keys is probably our Bahia Honda State Park, and that's a good place to talk about beaches in the Keys. A lot of people have the misunderstanding you have a lot of islands, so that's where you want to go on a beach vacation. That's not where you want to go for a beach vacation. We do have beautiful, nice, small beaches like this one that you can see in the picture, but we don't have those big, wide, sandy beaches that are 15 kilometers long and 1 kilometer deep. We only have small beaches, which has to do with the reef that I've talked about earlier. That's a barrier reef, so it works as a barrier. So I would really recommend going here for a day or two to the beach, but not for a 3-week beach vacation. You can easily do that on the Atlantic coast or on the Gulf Coast, like in Clearwater, but not so much in the Keys. So that just as a recommendation. There's also a lot of camping opportunities in this area, but not a whole lot. If you're having clients that want to go down there with an RV, please make sure that they book in advance and months in advance, because the few really beautiful camping spots that we have are usually sold out months in advance. So I would always rather recommend, as much as I like to do camping myself, I would always rather opt for the rental car trip down here. And with that, we are almost at the end. We are in our last destination in Key West, and Key West is the only island that has a really city character, as you can see there. So the most important part is around Duval Street in the very western part of Key West. If you want to look for a couple of cheaper hotels, you go, or less expensive hotels, you go to the east side of the island. That's about a 5.5 kilometer drive to Old Town. So that's always also possible. There are a couple of hotels that have shuttle services, and you have those alternative transportation ideas that you can always take. And my recommendation for Key West is always take a bike, rent a bike. There are a lot of hotels that offer free bikes for their customers, because the highest elevation in Key West is 6 meters above sea level. So it's really for all fitness level easily doable. Of course, we are known for our spectacular sunsets. You always meet up at Mallory Square to watch those great sunsets. That's where the tourists meet, the locals meet. Some artists are always there doing their performances before, when you watch the sunset, doing sunset cruises, watching sunset cruises before you go into Old Town, have some drinks, have some really good food. There's not only fast food nowadays in the US. There's also some really great food nowadays, some great cocktails that you can have here, live music, do some nice people watching along Duval Street. That's the timing is short, so I wrap it up. Just one last thing, please. Always book in advance if you're going down to Key West, because there are always a lot of festivals going on, and the hotels are usually sold out a lot of times, especially during the weekends. I have more training information. I will include that in the follow-up. Please always keep your mask on. That's always important. Stay safe and healthy. And if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. And now I'm sending you back on the road, going up to St. Pete. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you, Marcel. Really nice. Hey, as you can see, you're on time.
Yay.
Yeah. So great. So let's continue our trip a little up on the Gulf Coast. And now let's go to Simply Clearwater with Eva. So Eva, if you're ready.
I'm ready. I will share my screen with you. Okay. Nope.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Where is it? Okay.
Do you want me to try to share for you?
Yeah, maybe you are better than I. I'm not a technic person.
No problem. So up here it is. You show us all. But you have shared your screen.
You shared it?
Yes. Let's me. Is it that? It's not that one. This is the other one. Here you can see your map.
No, not yet.
No, this shows the partners. It's showing the partners of the Visit USA Belgium.
So this is the other one.
Yes. Thank you very much.
You're
Okay. Okay, here we are. Yeah, we started in Miami and going down to Key West, and then we are going all up over to Clearwater on the west coast of Florida. So here we are. So where can I scroll now? Okay, you do it for me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, welcome to St. Pete Clearwater. And what I want to do with you today, I want to introduce my wonderful region by the 4 elements: air, water, earth, and fire. Next slide, please. So this is me, Eva Hens, and I'm actually, I have the old Gulf to Bay magazine in my hand. Now we have the new one, and please feel free to order it because it has lots of wonderful information. And here you can see, yeah, also the addresses, and please feel free to contact us anytime you want to. Next one. This is our new info page, Rise to Shine Travel Updates. And this was made because we receive, of course, a lot of questions. What's going on at the moment? What is open? What is still closed? What we are allowed to do? How safe is traveling? I know that all the Europeans cannot come so far over there, but this is a very nice, informative page. You can yeah, look at it and see what's the newest information are on www.vspc.info. So please have a look at this. Okay, we start in the air. Arrival by air normally. As we heard, Miami is only, the directest way is only 4 hours drive from our region. So you can also fly into Miami and combine it in a round trip. But our closest international airport would be Tampa. This is only a 30 minutes drive to our beaches over there. And the other one very close is Orlando. So you can also combine, of course, the theme parks with a beach vacation. I know what I'm talking about because I have kids and I always have to do the theme parks and the beaches. So it's, yeah, keep that in mind that Orlando is only like 90 minutes away from us. So it's a nice combination of beach, nature, and the theme parks if you want to do that. So from the air, when you look at our area, you see it's a peninsula connecting to the mainland of Florida on the west coast, as I said. And it's our northern part would be Tarpon Springs, and the most southern part is Fort DeSoto Park. And in between, they are 56 kilometers long American award-winning beaches, the nicest beaches of the USA, one of them. And in between, there are 24 wonderful communities and cities to explore. I will introduce them later on. And next element would be the water. And here we have the Gulf of Mexico. And what you have to know about the Gulf of Mexico is that it's really turquoise water. It's very warm, very flat water. So it's not very deep. If you really need the high waves for high wave surfing, then you go over to Miami, to the Atlantic coast. But the Gulf of Mexico is very smooth and it has real high temperature. We had in the summertime, not this year, but the last year, we had really up to 29 degrees water temperature. And yeah, in the winter, it's a little bit cooler. It's like 17, but it's not very cool. It's really warm water, the Gulf of Mexico. And of course, there are water experience, lots of water sports. I cannot introduce that all to you, but I think the sea life is really important. You can see a lot of wild animals in the Gulf of Mexico. It's almost impossible to be there and not to see at least one dolphin in the wild. There are lots of dolphins there. And it's really rare to see some manatees. The manatees are the big sea cows, but we also have them there in very smooth water, like here in Sand Key Park. So this is really something very special when you see sea life in their natural inhabitants. And where's water, there's also beach. And we have, as I said, we have wonderful, wonderful 56 kilometers long beaches. And next one, and they belong to really one of the best beaches worldwide, also in the US. And two of our famous beaches would be Clearwater Beach and St. Pete Beach. And here I have the ratings for these beaches. You don't have to learn all that to win the quiz, but it's really, we are very proud of to win all these prizes for these wonderful beaches. And yeah, so you can really send your customers there and tell them that these are one of the nicest beaches. Next one. So what we call Earth is our beach. And then I have an insider tip for you, because some of our beaches are really unspoiled. There are no buildings, and I would say a lot of people don't even go there because they don't know that they exist, and these are natural parks. We have Honeymoon Island State Park and Caladesi Island State Park, only to name a few. Actually, we have like 100 small little islands in front of our coastline. So Caladesi Island would be one of our biggest islands, and it can only be reached by boat. There is a ferry going there each day, back and forth, a lot of times during the day, so you don't have to reserve in advance. And it will bring you back in the evening, because there's no you're not allowed to stay on this nature park island, but it's a really kind of Robinson Crusoe experience, because not many people are there. They don't know that, or they don't want to go there. They just want to stay on the hotel beaches. So this is a really kind of an insider tip. Tell your customers about the state parks, and if they really want to have the real Robinson Crusoe beach experience. Okay. Then we still moving along the Earth. I mentioned to you that we have 24 charming communities, and I just want to mention very shortly 3 of them. All up in the north, there's Tarpon Springs, and Tarpon Springs is a Greek village in the middle of Florida. It's still since over 100 years in Greek hands, because they discovered the gold of the ocean there, natural sponges. And the sponge divers came all from Greece over to Florida, and it's still a little Greek village with Orthodox church, with all their cultural, with Greek music, Greek eating, drinking, and things like that. So when you go up there, it's like a totally different world, and you go there and celebrate with them. They do all speak English meanwhile, but you can learn a lot of about the sponge diving history and the Greek history there. A little bit further south is Dunedin. Dunedin is Scottish. So you can drink wonderful Scottish beer there. They have lots of breweries, and it's a really different kind to like Tarpon Springs. So I always, when the people ask me how many days should I stay in your area, I almost tell them, how about 24? So you can experience every day a different world. Then we go down south to Gulfport. Gulfport is an artist village. A lot of artists live there, and they sell their arts on the streets, and they invite you in their houses. So they are not really galleries, but they have their arts in their houses, and the galleries are their houses, their living rooms, and it's always funny, exciting there, lots of festivals, lots of activities there. So Gulfport is our arts village. Next one, please. You heard lots about the nature parks, the wildlife preserves. We also have and you should remember this, like more than 8,000 hectares of nature parks and preserves on our little peninsula. And this is one of it, Weedon Island Preserve. And I always want to mention it's free. It's free to go there. So you don't have to pay any entrance fee. You go there by car. There's a big parking space. And then, of course, you leave the car because no cars allowed there. And you walk through this wonderful area on this sidewalks. And so you're pretty safe. You can look from above on the trees, see the birds nesting there. And yeah, there will be no alligators walking over your feet because they're down, down on earth. You can see them from above if there are some, but it's a very nice experience and safe experience. So please tell them, and it's free of charge, and it's kind of insider tip because a lot of people do not know that there are so many parks and preserves. Yeah, continuing on the earth, talking about animals and nature, we have two very important and very successful animal hospitals. One is very famous, the Clearwater Marine Aquarium. It became famous because their residents, Winter and Hope, the two dolphins. Winter, you might know, that was the dolphin lost his tail, her tail, actually she's a female, and got a prosthetic to learn to swim again. And yeah, her companion is Hope. But these are not the only animals taken care of. We have turtles, we have other fishes, we have otters. So it's always a nice place to go there. You can visit it. And yeah, look out for the combi tickets because I did that. They also offering boat tours, and the tickets are not much more expensive than the entrance only. So look out if you can get a boat tour with it, because this is really interesting. You go out with the boat with a scientist and they explain the wildlife and explain their work, what they are doing. The Seaside Seabird Sanctuary is for the birds. They are taking care of the seabirds, and they are also very successful. They are releasing thousands of seabirds every year into the wild again. They do not get any money. They are a non-profit organization, and they don't charge any entrance fee. So when you go there, you can leave a donation, but you just go there and talk to the people and talk about their works and enjoy the birds there. And the feeding times are very interesting when all the birds come. They are also the ones who have been released in the wild. They know the times still, so they come back and try to get some fish as well. So it's always a fun place to go. Next one. Yeah, I included the transportation in this special kind because it's also very eco-friendly. We have the Pinellas Trail. It's a 65-kilometer long auto-free zone. So no cars allowed there, no motorized vehicles. It's only for pedestrians, bicycles, inline skaters, etc. And it really goes from north to south. So this is a really nice tip to go there. You don't have to bring your own bicycles. You can rent it at the trail and give it back at another point. So you don't really have to do the whole trail. You can give it back after 12 kilometers or whatever you would like to do. Yes, we also have the trolleys. I don't have to talk too much about it because you heard about it already. The St. Petersburg trolley is also for free, no charge, because they want to make the city downtown try to get it car-free as good as possible. So the St. Petersburg trolley is free of charge, and the other trolleys, they don't cost much. It's like $1 per ride or $1.50, something like that. Next. Yeah, I think you should mention that our area is a real green one. They really up into climate and environment protection. We have the Green Lodging Program for customers who want to look at eco-friendly accommodations. Then we have a new program. It's called Ocean Allies. There you can find eco-friendly bars, shops, and restaurants, like bars not using any plastic material or things like that. And if you want to support them, there's a list on Ocean Allies. And we have our own sunscreen, which is reef safe, because lots of ocean reefs have been destroyed by sunscreen already, and that this doesn't go on. We created with specialists our own sunscreen with a high factor, of course, and it's called Reef Safe Sun. Okay. Next one. So last element, the fire. Of course, we have beautiful, beautiful sunsets on the West Coast. As Marcel said, you go on the East Coast for the sunrise and on the West Coast for the sunset. And here I have, with the next slide, an insider tip for you as well. Please check out the sunset at Pier 60 in Clearwater Beach. It's also totally free. Everybody goes there every night. They meet there, the locals and the visitors. They go on this long pier and look for the sunset down into the ocean. And then when it goes down, everybody's clapping their hand. And there's a lot of artists. They're playing music. They're selling their artworks. And yeah, it's just a special atmosphere, the sunset at Pier 60. And if you want to, you can also watch a movie on the beach afterwards, because there's also a cinema, Sunset Cinema at Pier 60, and this is all free of charge. Last time I was there, they showed the film Jaws, which was not very funny because, yeah, we don't have any Jaws in the Gulf of Mexico. We only have dolphins. Okay, next one. We stay with the fire and go to downtown St. Petersburg. The special thing in our area is that we have all these nature parks and pure nature and the wonderful beaches, but we also have a big city. Not as big as Miami, of course, but St. Petersburg is a very special city. Next one. And it's a city of arts. Of course, we have all these murals, and it's becoming more and more each year, each day, you can really say, more than 600 mural arts, big ones, small ones. And as I always say, tell your customers, go into the city, because it's an open air arts museum free of charge. And for that, we also have our Shine Festival each year in October. They did it this year as well with lots of restrictions, but as it is open air and it's widespread, it's a wonderful festival to celebrate the mural arts. Next one. And as I talked about the arts, we have many, many world-class museums. These are only two of them. And I put also some insider tips in there. The Chihuly collection is a glass collection of the Chihuly, Chihuly. And the nicest thing, actually, these are my two daughters who did the photos in there. You are allowed to take your own photos and post them and bring them home. And so it's a really nice thing and interactive thing. The Dali Museum is one of our most known museums. And here is a tip, because I always will ask, how about the entrance fees? On Thursday evening, actually, when you spend a whole day at the beach, you get Thursday evening between 5 and 8, you go to the Dali Museum and you have only half the price of the entrance. And this is very nice, because I always have to look it up. The entrance normally is like around 23 euros, and at this Thursday it's only like 11. Okay, and this is our biggest news. Actually, I was not able to see it or be there because it was opened on May 30 this year. The pier in St. Petersburg. Maybe some of you have ever heard of the pier in St. Petersburg as an upside down pyramid Well, this has been torn down, and they created a totally new pier experience with lots of green oases, with a huge area, like 10.5 hectare. As I said, I haven't been there, but I saw a lot of wonderful pictures. And if you want to have a look at YouTube, they made a film from the new pier in St. Petersburg. It must be a great experience, and it's just another beautiful thing to go there when you're down in St. Petersburg. Okay. And last but not least, this is also a special tip, our events. I really can tell you that there are every day something happening. A lot of events, big events like car racing in the city of St. Petersburg, the Grand Prix, not at the moment, of course, the Clearwater Jazz Holiday, but smaller events like beer tasting, or this up there is a release of a turtle from the Clearwater Marine Aquarium. You can go there and accompany these little animals back into the wild, and it's really something happening everywhere, anytime. So please check the event calendar when we're allowed to travel again. I always do that myself. Check the event calendar first so you don't miss anything. Small things, great things, big things, and most of them are free of charge. You just go there and celebrate together. And that's it. And here are the 4 elements again. And I just wanted to ask you, next time you're in contact with the elements, like you have a nice clear water in your hand, please remember our wonderful area. Think of Clearwater, or if you, during Christmas time, when you look into the fire, think of our fiery sunsets and start dreaming of our wonderful area and remember it. And all other questions I'm happy to answer either today or in the office. Please write me an email, look at the website, visit the website, or order our Gulf to Bay magazine. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Eva. Perfect. So really perfect. So hope that you have all loved the discovery that we have made today with Miami, Key West, and simply Clearwater. So now in this second part, as you know, we are all there to continue to help you and to support you with the Visit USA. Okay, sometime during on Facebook, on the travel agent Facebook page, I often see some question also asking who can help me for Miami, who can help me for Hawaii, who can help me for the West Coast. So today I wanted to share with you our partners. As you know, Visit USA have some tour operators partner we work with, and I want to show you here our partner of the Visit USA. All the things which are proposed in the US and all the things that we propose you during the webinar are available through our partners. We've got Del Tour. Okay, so I will talk a bit later about Del Tour. You've got USA Travel. You will have now we will have Elke who will talk about a bit about USA Travel. We also have Wings and Wheels that you all know. Okay, you've got URAM with their creative packaging system. You also have BT Tours for all the escort tours. And you've got exclusive destination that we all know. Those tour operators are member and partner of the Visit USA Belgium. So whatever the question you could have, the request you could receive from the customers and travelers, please don't hesitate to ask them. They are all there to help you to organize your trip with your client. And now, today we will have 3 of them, as I told you in the beginning. So we are going to start Elke, Elke and Lucrèce, are you there?
Hi,
Yes, I'm there. You can start with Elke if you want.
Doesn't matter. Elke, you prefer, or Lucrèce?
it's same for me. I can start.
Do you hear me?
Yes, we
Okay,
can
Elke,
hear you.
go ahead, Elke. You can start.
Okay, so let's start.
Okay, I will put the camera on.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. So thank you, Eva, Joe, and Marcel for this really great presentation. Thank you, Gerald, for the opportunity to present USA Travel. So I am Elke from USA Travel. I am also the Vice President of this Visit USA. Most of you probably know USA Travel, but for those who don't, we are based in Brussels and we are the specialists in tailor-made trips to the USA and Canada. We are therefore more than happy to share our travel experience and knowledge with you, and have one common goal is to sell and promote, of course, the USA and Canada together as soon as possible. Whether your clients are looking for an included private service, all included, or a unique road trip, tailor-made, or renting a motorhome, our team is ready to welcome you. We have used this COVID period to do an extensive reflection on the wishes and the needs of the customers today and tomorrow. I think the consumers and our future travelers have been confronted for 9 months with a set of measurements, and that has changed the mindset of those customers. Now, with the latest news on the vaccine, we are convinced that this will restore the confidence and that the clients will find their way back to the travel agents. So we have adapted ourselves to the situation and come with some new road trips, like we launched this week, but many more are going to follow. We will also propose some apartments with swimming pools and rooftops and luxury villas, for example, in Miami, and a lot of other places. So if people want to stay in their own bubble on their holiday, they can. Something new with USA Travel is also that we are going to compensate the carbon footprints for the clients, which is very important as well. Then at least what I would like to talk about is that USA Travel, the latest months, we have been working hard and we are proposing a flexible cancellation policy, I'm sorry. So if clients book now and they need to cancel due to COVID, they can cancel for free until 6 weeks before departure. So don't hesitate to contact us at info@usatravel.be. If you want to receive a quote or more information, we are ready to welcome you. Thank you very much, everybody.
Great. Thank you very much, Elke. And now let me present you Lucrèce from Wings and Wheels. Lucrèce, it's your time. Lucrèce, are you with us?
Do you hear me? Because I'm trying to get disconnected.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good. Thank you. So good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining us. And I take this opportunity just to say a few words about Wings and Wheels too. So we have been reachable and in contact with all of you travel agents since this pandemic started, and we will continue for the next weeks and months to come, and are still hopeful that 2021 will be a year, maybe a different year, but where we still can make that some dreams come true for your customers. So we try to be, as Elke said, also as flexible as possible in sales for flights, in sales for hotels, for any services. So we try to book only hotels and rates that are changeable and that we can cancel without fees until a certain term, just like Elke said. And we also try to update and are continuing our update on the website with new self-drives, with new products. We will and are still in touch with a lot of our Dutch and French speaking guides in the States. So we have the immediate information about what is going on in the destination so that we can advise your customers with the most updated information. What I want to say is that for the moment right now, there are a lot of promotion going on hotel rates. So those that have customers that are open to start making reservations, they can have some very good deals right now. And also for motorhome business. So please don't let them wait, because motorhome is the type of travel where you are traveling in your own bubble and are becoming very, very booked right now already. So don't let them wait. If they are interested, make your reservation now. You can cancel without cost until 60 days before arrival. So this is a good thing for the customer. Now for the updates on the destination, we will add some more on the website. And what I want to say is that maybe travel will be a little bit different in 2021, but for the customers, we can still provide them an unforgettable experience in many ways, and we will work together on this. So don't hesitate to send any request, any question you have. We will work on it, and we will work on this together and make 2021 still a decent year for all of us. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you very much, Lucrèce. And now let me finish with Deltour. So Deltour is less known on the market, on the Belgian market, as well as we only work on the French-speaking market. Okay, the difference between Deltour and my two other colleagues is that we are not on the Dutch-speaking market. We are only focused on the French-speaking market. We propose everything as my other colleagues. So we propose some escorted tours also. The most of our escorted tours are exclusively in French with guaranteed departure. We work every year to try to find some specific group to minimize the size of the group, to have some small size group, but they are all with guaranteed departure. We also propose an FIT production. We've got a lot of things. We've got everything. In fact, we've got some cruises, the FIT, some road trip, some stay ranches, some city trips, everything. Okay. The only difference is that we work differently. Also, basically, what we propose and what is included on our package, as was the escorted tours and FIT, is our premium service. Our premium service is something that we have really worked on to help you with your clients. On this package, you've got the transfer from your home to Brussels Airport. You've got an access to the lounge at Brussels Airport. You've got a package with the backpack and all the things included with the travel documents, and you also have a book. This is a Mondio guide, which is included on all the booking that you can make with Deltour. Also for the FIT, we work differently than my colleague, as well as we only work with some meetings. So we organize some meeting with you and your client directly to try to organize their trip directly, which is something really nice because it can give me the opportunity to work over the region, the destination, also the distances and different things like that, and to propose some services and some experiences that it's difficult to propose otherwise. So this is really quite a bit different way to work, but really nice. So you should really try it. So please don't hesitate. Okay, we also work, as my colleague says, we also work on special condition for 2021. We know that it will be really something special. This is something that we wanted to work on with the Visit USA team. Okay, when you work with one of our partner, here I only don't talk about only for Del Tour, but with USA Travel, Wings and Wheels, Exclusive Destination. We all want it to work a bit quite as the same way for you as well as for 2021. We really work on some good cancellation policy. Okay, so if you've got any question, any request, please don't hesitate to ask us. We are all there to help you. We are some real professional of the destination, so we are there for you. So if you need anything, please don't hesitate to ask us. Same for destination. If you've got any requests, please don't hesitate to send an email to the Visit USA, or if you have a specific question to Elke, Lucrèce, or me, we all have our contact detail on our website. Please go on our website and have a look on all the things that we propose and our different partner. This is something really important. And the last things that I want to finish with this webinar. You all know since the first webinar I told you about the travel agent specialist, okay, which is in place since the first webinar. This webinar will also be part of our travel agent specialist. So after the webinar, you receive an email with a link with a small quiz. Okay, so you will have to answer all the quiz, and during our workshop next year in October, we will have our first travel specialist. Okay, you will also receive this month during our newsletter the different things that you have to do to be the next travel agent specialist of the Visit USA in Belgium. So just to give you a little update, actually from webinar 1 until webinar 3, and it will also have the webinar of today, I've got a little top 5 for you actually. Okay, the number 1 is actually James Mason from Till Travel, which actually have 47 points. We've got Lisbeth Canard from Lisbeth Reis Center, who have 37 points. Catherine van Brusselen from Travel Zone with 29 points. Clotilde Marcelis from Gigatour Tournai with 23 points. And number 5, actually, Ludwig Verbruggen from Joker with 21 points. Okay, actually, this is the actual top 5. Everything can change, of course, due to the quiz. So please don't hesitate to answer and to play with us and to be our next travel agent specialist for 2021. So this is the last thing that I wanted to let you know. So thank you very much for being with us. You are more and more to follow our webinar, and I really want to thank you about that. This is really important for us, and we have seen that it's really important for you too. So thank you for that. We really appreciate. As I told you too, this is our last webinar for 2020. So next webinar will be in January. You will have all the information about our next webinar on our newsletter. If you don't receive actually our newsletter, please don't hesitate to send us an email and we will add you on the list on our database to send you the newsletter. So if you've got any question, please don't hesitate to post on the chat mode. Otherwise, you can send me an email or send an email directly to one of our tour operators or one of our CVBs. It will be a pleasure for us to transfer your question and they will answer to you directly. I've seen on the chat that you are looking for the contact detail. No problem to send me an email or send us your question, and we will transfer you all the contact details for your different question you may have. Okay, so thanks again. I wish you a wonderful day. If for some I can see you since then, have a wonderful Christmas and New Year's, which will be quite a bit different this year, but we continue to stay positive, to cross our fingers. We are still there for you to help you, and let's prepare summer 2021 all together. So thank you very much. Great. So I wish you all a wonderful day, and see you next time. See you next year. To all of you, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
So long.
Bye.